Hello, and welcome to the Steve and Mark Discuss podcast, where Steve will bring up a subject, we'll listen to it for about 5 minutes, and then I will respond to any comments he makes. So, over to Steve.
Hi, people. As most of us know by now, on April the 8th, there's going to be a total eclipse of the sun. And it'll be visible from most North America and other parts, not so much here in the south, but up there in the north for sure. So much so the governor of Niagara Falls declared in Canada has declared a state of emergency because he expects a lot of tourists to go and visit there to watch the eclipse. Why they can't do it south of the border, I don't know. But, it's like, you don't know why. But anyway, this time, just to be different, NASA are going to be sending 3 sounding rockets, sonders for you and I, during the eclipse. They want to find out if an eclipse has any effect on the ionosphere as it gets dark over the process of the eclipse. They're going to send one up 45 minutes before that magical moment, one during, and one 45 minutes afterwards. Collect all the data, and then compare and contrast to see if there are any differences. To me, I would have just sent up the rocket at night, and, it could be dark, which is basically what they're trying to do. Yeah. I'd send one up during the day and one up at night, and then, hey ho, I'm not really scientific. They call the project APEP, which is a bit unfortunate because APEP, for all you ancient Egyptians out there, he's the god of darkness and chaos, and he was Ra's arch enemy. Ra was the god of light and goodness, and he was the sun. He was the god of darkness, Apep. And the ancient Egyptians believed when there was an eclipse that Apep was eating Ra because it was hiding the sun, and but then the sun came back, and of course goodness prevailed. If you look at the Bible, Apep is very much like Satan. It's very much like the devil, god of darkness, god of chaos. As the American government has a tendency to do these days, is launch things anti-Christian, anti-goodness.
Yeah.
They are. It's their will. What can you do? Also, just to be different, the White House has instructed NASA to establish a standard time zone for the moon and other planets, Yeah. So we're going to end up having a lunar time zone for the moon, and the Mars time zone for, at the third stroke it will be, I can't imagine them having a bus service on the moon just yet, for somebody to keep time with. They can hardly send they can hardly send the little rockets across there to take photos, So the NASA communications expert, I suppose, or spokesperson, Kevin Coggins is his name. He said it's important because a clock on Earth will move at a different rate than on the moon. Yeah. Which, considering the clock would remain the same, it's just the moon with its orbit being different. Yeah. it'll be called coordinated lunar time. Different gravitational force and other factors change as to how time unfolds compared to here on Earth.
Yeah.
That I'll leave on your lap, right? To explain that one. I'm sure that you know about how the moon revolves around the Earth and how its axis is such that we only see one side of the moon.
Yeah.
We never see the dark side of the moon.
A binary system in effect, yes. Yeah, I know that.
And well, I'll leave that to you to explain how having a time zone on the moon is going to help matters. Away you go.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. But given the origins of the word lunatic, it doesn't surprise me the current U.S. administration it's obsessed with anything lunar. I mean, we know what causes it now. Getting back to sending free probes or whatever, rockets up. Yeah, I think the idea is you do it as close as you can together, because if you send different times, if you like, there could be different other factors involved, like temperatures and other things like this. Yeah, they'll send one up for control, and the other two will be monitoring, etc. That's their reason for doing it. That is the reason for doing it. Yeah, I mean, they've got to explore everything. It's probably more to do with temperature, what would happen to the ionosphere, as opposed to, light. As we know, light is a form of energy. Energy forms heat. So energy can't be created or destroyed. It just changes its form. Yeah. That's all that's happening. So if energy comes from light then turns to heat, like a light bulb turns to heat. So yeah, it's got light on it. It's, if you like, they get quite excited and they're buzzing a bit.
They should have hired you at NASA. You could have saved them millions.
Well, NASA can do what they want. They've got to blow their budget. Sorry, they've got to use their budget somehow. Sorry, yes. Sorry, NASA. I do respect you really. I think you achieve a lot. Yeah, you're just observant to some different thinking people sometimes.
Whoever knows, NASA will be sending a man to the moon next.
Let's not get into that one.
Absurd! It's a crazy thought.
Well, we've got more computer technology to do it. It's got to be more than 3.5K, which they used last time, Steve. I believe they did it, but yeah, okay, we'll get onto that another time. But yeah, now I saw the headline at the time and I thought, what? They must have their reason. I mean, obviously, when you've got zero gravity, or not zero gravity, we've got less gravity, it's time faster. So, if there's heavy gravity, I think it's slower. If the time moves, less gravity, it moves faster. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, doing that, they'll have to devise a whole new system. The moon a turn. Now, the Earth and the moon are actually turning in sync like this. We're both spinning, but we're actually in sync like this. So we're actually a binary system as opposed to, if you like, orbiting each other. So it's not quite true that the moon orbits the Earth. We in effect orbit each other. Yeah, it's our little satellite. They've got to do it. They've got to hurry up because it's moving away about 3 centimeters a year as well. Given that the moon is quite useful to us because it keeps our tides going over, does other things as well. Probably holds a bit of our weather, acts as a balance. So, yeah, we need the moon. I like the moon. It's a fascinating thing to look at through binoculars. I don't know what the thinking of the time there. I'd imagine in the 60s, if there was a requirement to put time on the moon, I think the NASA scientists would have done it then, because that's when they covered all the bases.
Well, that's exactly when the man was on the moon.
Exactly.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. Look, they got there. That man has been to the moon. Neil Armstrong put his footprint down.
I know. No, nobody's doubting that much.
Yeah. I can debunk everything, every discussion on that. I've seen it all debunked.
I can imagine Neil Armstrong looking at his Rolex when he's on the moon, saying, "Is that the time?"
Yeah, yeah, moon time. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
lunar in 5.
Yeah, I believe it's Buzz Aldrin. You mustn't go and actually question it with, because he's the one that will actually chin you. Yeah, he might
Well,
be
I think
80.
he's the only one that's still alive, I think.
Yeah, yeah, he's still going strong. I'm on his feed, and yeah, it's always good to see the old guy there. I think he's lost the plot on a few occasions, but yeah, he's. I mean, I think it's always the eccentric one anyway. But yeah, but seen him on telly a few times. Absolutely great guy when he's talking. And he winds people up, yeah, when he says, well, he didn't actually go there because he just done enough of people doubting Thomas's. Yeah, yeah, right. I do believe it's too big a secret not for it to have happened. And just think about
coming back to what you were saying about the gravity, and that has a lot to do with the time.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure about that. I was under the impression that basically they worked out how long it took for the Earth to go around the Sun.
yeah,
that was classed as a year.
Yeah.
Right, and then every time the Earth span on its axis, that was worked it out. That was a day.
Yeah.
And they divided the Earth into like 24, if you like.
Yeah.
And we got all these time zones, different time zones, but nobody mentioned anything about the gravity. They only mentioned revolutions and ellipses.
Yeah.
But they didn't mention gravity.
No, gravity wouldn't.
Sorry, just finish this quick.
Yeah.
When I was at school, when we looked in the books about the different planets, they would say that one Martian year is equivalent to like 2.5 English 2.5 terrestrial years.
Yeah.
And they worked everything off of that. So I don't know why they need to recalculate the lunar time, the Martian time, the plutonic time. I don't know. It might be, somebody's got itchy fingers next to a calculator or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When saying that, I mean it's a relative thing. It's all to do with gravity. Yeah,
that was very Einstein-y.
Yeah, it's the way that time, lifetime and everything else is affected by gravity, stronger gravity. I think I can't remember. Yeah, I should remember this one. I think gravity is the stronger gravity is. I think I can't remember if it's the slower things go. Yeah, less gravity. I think the quicker things. Yes, so time would be like, but they'll still work out a time exactly like they do anywhere else. Quite why you need it, unless you actually know how to go and land there, and they're going to need to know what the time is. Like you said, almost get us, but yeah. I don't see the point in it. If there is ET on the dark side, I imagine he'd be a bit angry at us humans going there and because something is going over his time that he's got already. Yeah. But
if we did go there, he'd say you're late.
Oh no. Well, if ET says if it's time to go home. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll reference. Yeah.
I think the time on the moon, the lunar time, mainly is for those people who like to watch the clangers on the TV, so that they know what time it is when the program comes on the telly.
Clangers a program on telly. I thought they were real. Ooh.
Well, they are.
Yeah. So dragon.
Yeah, they are. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, for American audiences, yeah. Steve and myself grew up in a time when we had good programs that actually looked at environmental issues and everything else. And we called it the Clangers, about some moon people who went around collecting rubbish and everything else on the moon. They weren't too happy about rockets landing. Yes, I remember the episode. Yes,
that was the Wombles.
Oh yeah, Wimbledon Common. Well, let's just
Yeah.
guess Wimbledon Common is a foreign planet. Wimbledon is a bit of a strange foreign place.